Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game is Saturday night. Jordan Love and the Packers take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game.
That's going to be caught for the touchdown.
NFC North rivals square off in the latest chapter of the NFL's oldest feud. The Packers and Bears in Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Sign up for a 30-day free trial today. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Why do growing businesses love working in Slack? Let's ask Christy at Ari Bikes.
Running things in Slack saves me so much time.
AI summaries save 97 minutes per week. What say you, Rox from Gosney?
Slack helps us build community, it helps us build connection.
Your partners, vendors and customers all in one place. Take us on home, Ashley from Caraway.
If we didn't have Slack tomorrow, I would explode.
Well, let's not let that happen. Visit slack.com/podcast to get 50% off Slack Business Plus.
I'm Nina Concepción.
I'm Katherine Bourne Taylor.
And we are obsessed.
Obsessed is a comedy podcast about your hyperfixations, the ones that keep you up at night, hijack your group chats, or send you down a rabbit hole.
Each episode, we deep dive and unpack the niche interests you just can't get your mind off of. No obsession is too weird when you're among friends.
I'm so excited.
Honey, we are among friends.
We are among friends, and I'm so excited for our guest and our topic today.
I know. I want to jump right in, but first off, let me ask Katherine, how are you?
I'm great.
Okay, good.
I'm good.
Good. And what are you obsessed with this week?
I spent the weekend at a place called Two Bunch Palms. It's in the desert. And this is not a place that normally I would just casually go. Mm-hmm. But there was a good chance it was going to be 115 degrees. It was not. It was like 98 degrees. So it was perfect. And it's a place where Al Capone used to hide out. It's got all these natural mineral waters. So I just like swam in the mineral pool under the stars. It was like really wonderful. And then I came back home and immediately like everything hit the fan. But it was like a great weekend.
Wait, and so is it like a luxury hotel? Like on that end? So it's like better because the deals are better because peak like Palm Springs.
Yes.
July and August. I bet it's probably people trying to go in the fall, the winter.
100%. And that is actually my hack. Like these nice hotels go in the off season because there's still stuff to do. And they're only open like 4 days a week right now. Because because no one would be there. Okay. And we just like really lucked out. And it was so nice. I lived the good life for 48 hours, and I'm obsessed with that. Two Bunch Palms.
And that's enough time. That's all you need in that area.
48 hours. Yeah, I like ate at the restaurant. I didn't need to go anywhere. It was great. It was really good. What are you obsessed with?
Oh, this week, I think I'm obsessed with golden hour walks around our neighborhood.
Oh.
And you know what? Sometimes you need to. And it gets us out of the house. I'm hitting my steps. It's good for my mental health.
Golden hour.
Yeah. Around because it's been kind of hot and the sun's been intense. So I think around 6 p.m., there's all these monarch butterflies out right now.
There's so many monarch butterflies out. I had one following me the other day.
They're really special. Hummingbirds are out and about.
Oh.
And in my neighborhood, there's a lot of dogs and people walk their dogs. And around Halloween, they always have a dog parade, a costume parade. In our little, I live in a grid, right, in North Hollywood, but it's called Toluca Woods.
Toluca Woods, not to be confused with the lake.
Well, no, Toluca Lake is hell no, you guys aren't Toluca Lake.
Yeah.
We're hell no, we're not North Hollywood. We are Toluca Woods.
We're Toluca Woods.
So technically I live in Toluca Woods.
And you take walks at golden hour.
On the grid. As I hear people screaming at each other on Lancashire. It's just
doesn't matter.
Oasis, just a little bit further. And the doggies, I love watching the dog walkers. They all know each other because their dogs know each other. So they say hi. There's one dog that's really popular that everyone's obsessed with. And I learned this at the Halloween parade. Everyone, when he showed up, they were like, oh my God, I can't think of his name. He's a white husky. And his owner rides a bike and he's not on a leash, but he's so good. And he just follows his owner on the bike.
That's amazing.
Most popular boy in school.
In Toluca Woods.
Toluca Woods.
At golden hour.
Golden hour.
I do feel like a big part of learning to be a part of a community is when are the people out? What are the times we're all going to meet naturally?
I think it's morning and golden hour. Like people walk their dog, and it's really a dog schedule,
It's
right?
a dog
You walk
thing.
it, It's a dog thing, and we don't have dogs, but I always like wave to them. And there's a few people who go to our gym that live in our neighborhood, so I get to say hi to them. There's a guy on our street has chickens I just discovered because one of his chickens was staring me down on his lawn. So, you
This
know.
sounds great. Do you live in like upstate New York? This
No,
sounds
and actually we
amazing.
hate it and can't wait to move. But I'm trying to find the beauty while I'm still forced to be in this awful area.
Great attitude.
Every day I'm
You're like walking past a trap house and you're like, it's golden hour.
It's lovely. Yeah.
It's football season, and you can now get almost anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a running back delivered, but you can get baby back ribs delivered. A strong defense? No. A strong deodorant? Yes. A six-pack of abs? Nope. Six-pack of beer? Yes. Get almost anything for game day delivered with Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Alcohol 21 plus and in select cities. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Kraft Mac and Cheese is better than 90s hip-hop. We'll remind you of your childhood without making you feel incredibly old. Kraft Mac and Cheese. Best thing ever.
Well, Nina, who is our
Oh my God.
guest today?
You guys. Okay, not only is she one of my best friends, she is an incredible actress and comedian. She is 50% of a musical comedy duo, Aaron and MeLissa. Their songs are so funny on Spotify. Are you guys also on YouTube still? Oh my God.
You're doing it all.
From the vault, baby. There are some real, you guys made some amazing music videos. I'm waiting for the reunion tour.
Oh,
Is that coming?
We're old, so it could happen at any minute.
I think it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Once Aaron's baby is a little older,
I
right?
need her to play a new instrument.
But she can join?
Yeah. so they can
Yeah.
do the triangle.
Oh, perfect. Oh my God, you guys, give it up for the one and only MeLissa Luna, baby.
Pause for fans.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh,
Thank you.
the studio audience, so nice.
Thank you for joining us, Melissa.
Yes, deal. I do want to say that I immediately started looking up Two Bunch Palms
Oh my God, let me see.
because I one of my childhood obsessions was the mafia and Al Capone.
Oh my gosh.
And one of the questions that Google says people ask, this is exactly how it's written. Do Two Bunch Palms allow kids?
And what's the answer?
No, ma'am. No, they do not.
My
No
service-
kids allowed.
My service is not good enough to answer that question, but Catherine answered it. It's probably something what Catherine just said. But do Two Bunch Palms allow kids?
It do.
It do. Okay.
I love, listen.
Oh, sorry.
I love,
It do not.
No, it do not.
It do
It do
not.
not.
I do not.
Do not bring you kids.
No. And listen, I love my nephews and nieces. I love babies. I love an adults only hotel.
Well, and I'm going to say the last time we were in Palm Springs, we stayed at an adults only Airbnb compound and someone brought their kids. And
Were people not happy?
So I asked people on Instagram, I was like, am I a jerk? Because they were like cannonballing and stuff.
Oh my God.
And it specifically says adults only. And I was like,
Am I the asshole?
am I going to be the asshole? Someone else was the asshole. Good. Someone beat me to it.
Good.
But I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about it. And I love kids. I want to have kids someday.
Yeah.
But like,
Obey the rules.
I was like, I came here because
I
there
know.
wouldn't be any.
Obey
of
the
them.
rules.
Just obey the rules. It says.
I'm cannonballing, not them.
If we don't all obey the rules, then it'll be chaos.
And also, it would be different. Again, this falls on the parents. It would be different if these kids, if they were like, listen, you're not supposed to be here.
be cool.
Read a
guys.
book. Be cool.
Sit on shoulders, wear a trench coat.
Like, literally, like, don't
100%.
cannonball. If they were just behaving themselves. And that's unfair because kids are kids, right? Again, it's the parents. You put them in this
the
situation
parents.
and it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's not the kid's fault.
Oh yeah, I want these kids to be able to cannonball at a place where their parents like.
That's
anyway,
the thing.
we're gonna get a
Kids
ton of hate.
deserve to make noise and be loud, but like it's your parents made
you
like,
made
you're
it weird
making
for everyone.
You made
for
it
the
weird
kids and for the other people who were there.
Speaking of children being put in situations that they shouldn't be put in.
Yes.
What's your obsession, Melissa?
Wow, you really brought it around.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Situations people. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about my obsession with the Hunger Games. Nina, what I really call some of these obsessions that I have, I'm not allowed to say on a microphone. But just know that I have a thing where I can watch the same movie over and over again until I'm like done. Like, for whatever reason, there is some sort of like emotional or psychological, like for some reason I need to watch this until it's finished. And it depends on like the mood or the vibe. Sometimes they've been really great ones. Like one time I just was like, it was Drive Me Crazy. I just watched Drive Me Crazy over and over again. That one's great. One time it was this movie about World War II in Russia. I forget what it's called now. It's like Daniel Craig. I was like maybe clinically depressed afterwards because I just was like, it was about like Russian Jews living in the forest trying to like evade being captured. And it made me sad. And
you just had it on.
And I was like, whatever whatever's happening, I'm not done like going through the experience. And so
that kind of I was about to ask you and you kind of answered it. What's your relationship with obsession?
Okay. So what I was thinking about that. So really at the core of, for me, things that become obsession, it's less about like, for me, it's about like having every ounce of information in my head about a topic. So like little kid, I was a classic like, who shot JFK? What's in the Bermuda Triangle? Where is Amelia Earhart? And so it's like I would read anything I could find about it because I was like, I have to know all the information. Now, Hunger Games is a slightly different category, but that has historically been anything that I was obsessed with was like, it was like colonial war facts. It was like anything where I'm like, I could know everything about this. Jack White did this article one time with Rolling Stones where he talks about like bleeding something dry. So that's what I really resonated with that.
I love that. Love a Jack White reference.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite ghoul boys. I call him a ghoul boy.
I love him.
A hot little ghoul boy.
He is.
Oh my God. You know he has baby teeth?
I didn't know
He
that.
has baby.
Wait, no, maybe that's...
You're starting rumors.
Did you know that his nose is fake?
Maybe that's Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance.
I understand the confusion.
One of these two ghoul boys has only baby teeth and never got adult teeth.
I don't think it's Jack. That
know.
feels very Gerard.
I don't know.
can
We'll fact check. It happened to one of these ghoul boys.
We're getting off topic, but I have to like read.
We'll look it up at
Google.com.
Yeah.
Do Jack White have only baby teeth? Do Jack White. So yes.
So this has been, and this is one of my favorite and most endearing things about Melissa is this personality trait because I have a sister who is exactly like this. My sister Christina, and we always talk like you guys get hype. You fixate on these things.
Yeah.
And usually they're movies that you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Like
Magnificent Seven is one you love to.
Melissa watched The Magnificent Seven, this dumb movie. How many times? Like 100.
I can't even tell you how many times. Because what would happen? I remember one time it got done, and I was like, "Let's watch another." And mind you, I've watched the original Magnificent Seven. I haven't yet watched the Seven Samurais or like its original. Like it's not just that I can. Like last week, I was like, "Oh, I remembered that I love the Predator." So then I watched every single Predator in order according to release, including Alien versus Predator movies. So it's like I have to have like my brain feels like gotta catch them all. That's what happens.
Yeah, it dictates like where your energy should go.
Yes, and I'm like I have to have all the information. Yeah. But with something like Hunger Games, the core to that one is that I had like a relationship end and I went home for like 3 months. And it was like a Christmas time, Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So we should be watching claymation movies and Hallmark movies, which is a thing that I have also fixated on. I would write reviews, realistic reviews for Hallmark movies and post them online.
Oh, I've seen these.
Yeah,
those are so funny. That was you.
Yes, giving them poor score or like giving them like random scores for crazy things. And I couldn't do it for several years in a row because I started watching The Hunger Games and then I would watch number 2 and then I'd watch number 3 and then I'd watch number 4 and then I'd start again. And so I would just watch them on repeat. It was like one of those things where I was like, oh, again, after the fact, I was like, I think I'm sad. I think that's what's happening. So then I would like watch them into January. Then I'd come home and I'd be like, you have to stop.
You have to stop. Now, did you read the books?
Yes.
And so when did you read the book? Because it's interesting because my relationship to Hunger Games starts also with a heartbreak.
Yeah.
I was dumped in Ireland by my Irish boyfriend.
Who didn't like you.
It didn't like me.
Chaos
whatever.
demon.
But in Dublin, I had bought the first Hunger Games. And that book, I stayed up all night reading it after he dumped me and I had to stay at his parents' house and wait for his dad to drive me to the airport. I just gobbled up the Hunger Games, that first book. And I was like, oh my God, this is. And then the movies came out like
not long after. I was in college when I read the first. It was like freshman year was when the first one came out, and then senior year was when the movie came out.
Because this is so embarrassing. I graduated from college acting school in 2011, and I sent my headshot because they were casting the Hunger Games. I don't know where I sent it, but I sent it to like a vague address because I wanted to be Katniss Everdeen.
Good for you. Shoot your shot.
I like was
Why
home.
not you?
Why not you? And they were like, we're looking for an unknown.
And you said, I got your girl.
I got your girl.
I'm going to tell you a crazy aside that's going to hopefully make Magnificent Seven make more sense. I have this friend named Brooke, and Brooke has the most fortuitous luck.
Yeah.
Brooke is like, first of all, has never taken a bad photo in her life.
Okay.
So that's where we'll start. She's never taken a bad photo. Even if when you look in her eyes, you're like, oh, she's just woken up. If you took it's like Dorian Gray. It's like the photo's going to be beautiful. And she's also very beautiful all the time. But anyway, I love you, Brooke. She was an Olympic horseback rider in college.
Okay.
She comes out here to act. Brooke is one of those people who you wouldn't see her for 3 months and then you were like, where were you? She says, oh, I saw that they were casting Magnificent Seven, so I made a manila envelope of photos of me riding horses and I sent it to production and she didn't know them. She just sent it.
Yeah.
She saw the casting director's office, sent it. They were like, actually, our stunt girl, who was the lead girl, was the only one who wasn't going to ride a horse. Everybody else, Chris Pratt, they all rode their horses. They were like, she doesn't know how to ride a horse, and the girl who is coming can't come. So if you can come, they were like, maybe. So her family lives in Dallas. She's like, so then I just flew to Dallas in the event they asked me to do it. And then they called me. And so then I went. And so every time she's on a horse and you can't see her face, that's me. So where was I for 3 months? I was filming Magnificent Seven. And I was like, this is the most Brooke story I've ever heard in my entire life.
I needed to hear this.
So you could have been Katniss.
And it was the same thing in a manila envelope, and it was like a terrible headshot. I think I was jumping in the snow. It was like an action headshot.
That is so
that my family friend, who's much younger than me, I made him take to practice his photography skills. And I sent it to like Warner Brothers Casting or whatever was casting it. I forget the production company. Oh. But anyway, the movies came out, I think in like that era, 2011, 2012. Was 2013 even the first movie? Like when was I'm going to look at it.
It was 2012.
It was 2012, right?
Here's what I know. When I read the book, Erin had the books. I read them because she was like, I love them. So I read them.
Sorry, really quick. Was this like when they were getting released?
I think
so. You read them as the books were coming out. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, okay, like this is fine. I watched the movies in theaters. Also, I was like, this is fine. I wasn't particularly fixated. I remember being like in the group of people who was like, Josh Hutcherson shouldn't have been PETA. This is the worst. Like, this shouldn't have been the case. So this is not the kickoff to the hyperfixation. It is literally like end of relationship. The only thing that feels like it is on the level that I'm feeling is watching 4 movies about children being killed year after year. That is where I am. And suddenly I'm like, I'm in, baby.
The injustice of it all.
Yes.
What year was that?
That must have been, I think it was 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment from one of the Hunger Games movies? Like, if it's on in the background, what are you gonna
It just happened today. Okay, so I want everybody to know in advance, I have now completely changed my opinion. I'm very pro Josh Hutcherson. I have a long thought about why PETA is the right choice for Katniss and why Gale should fall off of a cliff.
Can we put a pin on that?
Yeah.
And
we're going to talk because I'm Team Gale.
We can come, and I love that.
But I'm not Team Gale and Katniss. I'll explain.
Okay. Oh, I love this.
Your favorite
moments in the movie.
Yeah.
Catching Fire. That's movie number 2. We start the movie, everybody's like, oh, it was a fake. Katniss and PETA didn't really love each other. They get put back into the arena.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember that.
Josh Hutcherson gets electrocuted, and I should be calling him his name. PETA gets electrocuted, and Katniss reveals that she is actually scared that he was going to die, and that's when Finnick Odair is like, oh, I thought it was fake. You guys actually do like each other. I know, so sweet. And then the second one is in that same little segment. PETA is like trying to tell her that she needs to live because he can kind of tell that she's trying to make it so he lives. And he's like, nobody needs me. You have like a family. And she says, I need you. And then they hug and they kiss and everyone's like, oh, I think they do love each other. So I think those are like my 2 favorite. Catching Fire is my favorite film.
Wow.
Number 2, I don't know that you're supposed to like the middle film of any franchise, but I love Helm's Deep. So I love Two Towers and Lord of the Rings. I'm a middle film girl.
Yeah.
Oh. Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's not the best Indiana Jones. It's just the one that I have seen the most. So, I'm a
Star Wars. Do you like the original Star Wars?
I do.
Yeah. That little one's great as well.
Yeah. So
wow. Okay.
I'm not saying these are the best and most popular choices. I am saying that is real for me.
I feel like it's hanging in the air. Let's talk about PETA and Gale.
Okay.
Let's go.
So when you read the books, were you team one or the other? Like, what were you feeling? Do you remember?
I was very Team Gale.
Yes.
All the way until 2021.
I was Team PETA.
From the beginning? Soft boy with the bread? Boy with the bread?
I just love a soft, good boy.
Okay.
He's nice.
And I think that's because you're healthy. I think I do think that.
I really liked PETA. And
I liked book PETA. I think I also was in the camp, like, I'm upset that Josh Hutcherson is PETA. To me, who should have been cast was William Moseley, who was Peter Pevensey in Narnia.
I have feelings about that I will talk to you when there's not a camera looking at us.
About it.
I will talk
However, now, as a 35-year-old woman, Josh Hutcherson is so adorable and attractive, and he speaks fluent Spanish.
He's not only that, I felt like in the second film, they let him actually be the character. It felt like in number 1, somebody was like, listen, you're lucky to be in this movie, even though he's like a very experienced actor.
Yeah.
They like dyed his eyebrows like white blonde.
That's what it was.
I felt like in movie 2, they let him be a little bit more of like the devilish Josh Hutcherson without like making PETA not what he is, which is like this kind, good, thoughtful. Not that Josh Hutcherson isn't those things either, but they let him put a little more Josh in it. Where I felt like the first one, they were like, you are a manila envelope and you stay that.
Yeah.
And you're in the background.
And I think like Liam Hemsworth was just obviously tall, dark, and handsome. You know, it's like
he played that role really well.
He was like angry.
Great casting. Great casting.
And I think, I was drawn to Gale in the books. I think too, because it's like their best. I love a best friend story. But now I'm totally team Katniss and PETA 100%. Makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Gale and Katniss were very toxic. Gale was extremely toxic.
Well, here's the thing. This movie is relevant in ways that make me feel uncomfortable with the state of our world.
Yeah.
But it is also very relevant in the sense of like, this is what happens when people don't deal with their trauma and when their trauma is ongoing. Like, you understand why Katniss and PETA would have been together. It would have made perfect sense. They would have been like, but you're somebody who's constant. Like, I need you. That is different from like, getting to choose your life, you know? And each one is operating out of their own traumas. Like, Gale feels very unempowered. So he puts himself in danger. He puts himself in dangerous situations. Every time that Katniss is like, we should run, he's like, no.
I'm connecting all the dots now. Like, I feel like also it's not Gale's fault, but like he wasn't in the arena with Katniss and PETA. And unfortunately, like, that is what happened. And no one can understand that except the other, what they went through.
Yeah.
And when you said like Gale puts himself in these dangerous situations, like PETA and Katniss didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
They were thrust into a dangerous situation. And so when Gale like makes these choices, it's like he fundamentally cannot understand
Yeah.
what Katniss and Peeta actually have to deal with. He fundamentally can't understand what their trauma is.
Yeah. Well, and Moonrise Kingdom gave us that classic line of like, I love you, but you don't know what you're talking about, which is like when the little girl, Susie, is like, I think being an orphan's very romantic. And he's like, you don't know, I love you, but you don't know what you're talking about. And also Gale, it's like, I understand it. You're this older brother. You've been
care of his
depressed.
family.
Yeah. You are having to go work in a coal mine. Like, of course you want to start a fight. Of course you want to feel like you have like agency. But he starts a fight, that all this stuff happens. And then movie 2 is about like, as a result of that, they do a quarter quell, which is like every 25 years. And then all the selection of people that they pick from are all the victors. Well, Katniss is the only girl from District 12. So because Gale had to pick this fight, and again, no shade to Gale, but it resulted in Katniss having to go back into the arena.
That's a real strength of the story and the characters. Like the characters, I feel like the steps they make and the choices they make sense.
Yeah.
Like it's a natural progression of choices for these.
Yeah.
For every single person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really well written young adult dystopian fiction.
100%.
I think perhaps the best.
Like it
I
is
agree. Excellent.
I agree. I feel so bad. I hated Divergent. I hated it. And after Hunger Game, I was like, let's have it.
Yeah.
I do not like the films. I've read them all and seen them all because once I start a tunnel, I have to do it.
You have to complete the loop.
I do, even if it's awful. There have been times where I've been like, I hate this, but I have to finish it.
You have to finish it.
So I wanted it, but I do think like it is really good, and I hate how it like only keeps being more relevant.
Yeah.
It is like a very simple premise, and also you're like, oh, this is awful, and also like not unimaginable. Like every choice does seem very much like I see how they got there. It wasn't like, and then magic.
100%. Like or like nothing convenient is happening for the plot. Like it does feel very driven by like character choices and the fact that they're characters living in this world where things happen to them that are uncontrollable. And that's like the fundamental problem.
It's really good.
It's really
well
smart.
done. It's very smart. Wow.
Yeah. So that's what happened to me. I just watched it, and then I came home, was like, you can't watch this anymore. Then I went back home for Christmas the next year.
Yeah.
And I work a very stressful job. Thanks. I'm glad I have it, but I'm glad to have a job, but it's very stressful. And it was a rough year in 2022. And let me tell you what came out of the archives.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would just like, if the end of the day, if I like pause in the middle of like Hunger Games 3, like halfway in the morning, you just start it from the top. Or you just start from where you left off and keep going. It doesn't matter. I would be like, let's watch anything else. And I'd be like, yeah, maybe something with like star-crossed lovers. And like maybe something with like action. And then like maybe and I'd be like, you're describing Hunger Games.
You want to watch Hunger Games. Do you like the casting of Woody Harrelson as Haymitch?
Love him.
Yeah,
so good.
Haymitch is again these characters are so well written.
Yes,
they're so layered and complex.
Yeah,
and
Elizabeth Banks.
Good.
Also, let's talk about how Donald Sutherland was able to be President Snow and also Mr. Bennett. Like both,
which I just rewatched.
Both Ultimate Girl Dad and like Ultimate Girl Villain.
So talented.
Amazing.
R.I.P.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Love him. I just think, it certainly scratched an itch. And then I remember this past Christmas, I feel like Nina was like, did you watch Hunger Games? And I was like, I didn't. I'm free. I was like, I'm good.
Have you watched all the new ones?
I have watched the new one. I watched it one time. It's fine.
They're not part of the loop for you, though.
Yeah, they're not part of the loop.
There's a lot of singing. And I love Rachel Zegler and her beautiful voice. But it's like, what is happening? Obsessed listeners, we wanted to let you know there's even more of the show at backdrop.fm. By becoming a member, you help support the show, plus every week get extended conversations, exclusive moments from our live shows, and ad-free access to every current and future Backdrop show. Go to backdrop.fm and become a member today.
We are obsessed.
Welcome to our ugly home.
Reddit is back.
for a historically hideous season.
It's our 100th ugly house. This place is mayhem. That is impressive.
And if these walls could talk,
Do you cry a lot?
I do.
they'd have a lot to say.
What in God's name is this pit?
Don't get too close.
You know, if you see the show, I'm scared of that.
Ugliest House in America season premiere tonight at 8 on HGTV.
Año nuevo, los mismos Extra Value Meals en McDonald's. Ahora te puedes llevar 2 snack wraps y papitas y una bebida mediana por solo $8. Solo por tiempo limitado. Precios y participación pueden variar. Los precios pueden ser más altos en Hawaii, Alaska y California y con entrega.
Have you ever read Hunger Games fan fiction?
I don't think I've read any fan fiction, and I say that having a Hanson fan fiction on my phone that you told me that I need to read
Catapult.
is still there.
LOL.
Is this the one about the
coma?
The coma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's still live. If anyone's into Hanson fanfic, which I think is kind of unethical, you're writing about real people.
It's an old one now.
Yeah, it's old.
Fine.
So I loved Hunger Games as well and I've written Hunger Games fan fiction.
I love that.
PETA and Katniss was the pairing, but I read a ton of Hunger Games fanfic, and the pairing that I love is Gale/Madge Undersea, the daughter of the mayor, who's mentioned one sentence in the books. And this is what is beautiful about fan fiction.
Right, because Nat, oh, great, let's give it
She's
to her.
not even in the movies at all. She's mentioned very briefly because they go with the berries. They bring the mayor berries or something, and she maybe answers the door. She's a classmate of theirs. The fan fiction girlies are so smart and amazing. They took that and they said, you know what? We're going to make a whole world for the mayor's daughter and Gale Hawthorne, the minor son.
And the revolutionary.
Yes. And let me just tell you, there are unbelievable. I read so many amazing Madge and Gale fics that are so good. One is really amazing, and it's along the events of the books. And so you see what Gale's going through back in the district and how him and Madge are working together. She's trying to subvert, work within the system. It's so fucking romantic and amazing. And then I read a You've Got Mail AU alternate universe of Gale and Madge, and it follows You've Got Mail, and it's after this is post Hunger Games, she's working,
he's
and
traumatized,
he's crotchety, and he's her boss, and
this I would read that.
It's still I'll send it. It's on fanfiction.net, so you know it's a real one. It's
it's an
old
OG.
school. It's an OG. It's not on Archive of Our Own, and it was so freaking darling and romantic and perfect, and so there is so much amazing Hunger Games fanfic out there.
My understanding is that is where a lot of the young writers are cutting their teeth right now, is
sense.
the Hunger Games fanfic.
Oh, really?
Similar to how
Still.
Twilight was where folks were cutting their teeth as writers.
Well, I guess Hunger Games is still in the zeitgeist, which is crazy. They're still making movies.
The movies are coming out. The Haymitch movie is coming out, so it makes perfect sense.
And isn't little Kieran Culkin going to be in it? Isn't he Stanley Tucci's character?
Oh, you're
I think
right.
so. I think
The casting came out for it, and it's good, actually. Let me...
He's going to be... What's that guy's name? What's that name?
Yes.
Not Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar Flickerman.
Oh, yes, Caesar Flickerman. He's going to be Caesar Flickerman, which is such good casting.
That's awesome.
But I think Hunger Games is still as relevant, and like you said, even more relevant today. It actually is the rare book that ages better, scarily, as time goes on.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, this is looking really good. Maya Hawke is in it. Ralph Fiennes is President Snow.
Wow.
Okay, he's a villain.
We love
king
Ray
as well.
Fiennes.
Jesse Plemons is going to be in it.
Hell yeah! Let's friggin' go.
That's
it's a real
great.
who's who of white actors in Hollywood.
Get 100%.
I'm loving Ben Wong.
Okay.
Killing it right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kieran
Billy
Culkin
Porter,
is in it.
Okay, great.
Joseph Zada is playing a young... Is he playing Haymitch? Who is he? I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. And I love that we don't know. Give some unknowns. I'm sick of movie stars and everything.
Yeah.
So I love a little difference. I think Hunger Games is just one of those, I think people will be reading it forever, and tweens are going to be able to relate to it so much now too, even more than when we read it.
Yeah, honestly, they'll be like,
wait,
they're they wrote, when we read 1984 and we're like, sounds pretty spot on, or even like what is it, Handmaid's Tale?
Oh shit, yeah.
And they're like, this was written a long time ago, and you're like, oh no.
I do feel like Hunger Games is probably in like 15 years gonna get the like remake treatment as like a long TV miniseries, and honestly,
Like the Harry Potter thing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're making this the TV show,
and it would do really good.
I think so many of these book series would do better as TV shows, so that you don't have to cut out anything.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about Hunger Games? Oh, something else. It's like I continually reference like this feels like the Capitol in the Hunger Games, like what's going on in our world today. You know, like it does feel so relevant constantly.
I remember reading, there's this scene where Katniss and Peeta go to the Capitol for the first time after they win, and they're having like a banquet at President Snow's house, and they realize that the guests are doing this thing where they're getting really full, and then they're drinking this thing that makes them throw up.
Yes.
So
And they would do that in the Roman bacchanals.
Well, and I remember being like, that is a like clever story idea to like, you know, paint the picture of this group of people, and I was like, somebody's going to read that and not see it as like, wow, what a clever writing idea. They're going to be like, we should make that. We should do that. I'm like, we're always 5 seconds away. There's sometimes I'll hear something and I'm like, this sounds like an idea they came up with in the Capitol.
No, literally, it's so it's like the Met Gala. Every time I watch the Met Gala, I'm like, this is the fucking Capitol.
Yeah.
It's like this disgusting embarrassment of riches while the world is burning. And I'm like, this is the Capitol. This is it.
Well, I remember, I think it's like the third book or something, they bring up like the cost of living in the circus and the cost of like when you are in the Capitol, like you are paying for this with your like soul. Like it costs you something actually that like is very hard to get back when you choose to like ignore everything else. Like the cost is your humanity, even though you think you're like at Two Bunch Palms. Honey,
you're in the Capitol.
Do
in the
kids.
Capitol.
Yeah, you're in the Capitol.
Wow.
So, yeah. Now, I will tell you, I can't always do television shows because that is too much of a strong, like, that experience is too long of an emotional experience.
You want the repetition.
I need it short.
Yeah.
I need to be able to get out. Like, there's some classic TV shows that I took a long time to watch because I was like, when you start them, you will have to watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
And you will stay in that emotional state until you're done. So it was like, when I watched The Office for the first time during the pandemic, it felt like a job. It was like, if you say yes to this, you are going to watch every single episode. I did it with Friends. I had never watched Friends, and I was like, you're going to watch every episode of Friends like your job. From the moment, if you turn the TV on, the choice will be Friends until you finish it. And then you will not be able to move out of that emotional experience till you're done. So for something like Hunger Games, I'm glad that it is a film because it's like an hour and a half and it's finished. As a TV series, I'm like, I would need to be on medicine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comfort in rewatching things.
Yeah.
I think so.
But I can't do, like, some people are like, they can put on Friends, they can put on The Office. I'm like, I can't drop in and out of the story. I have to have the whole thing or I can't do it at all. So there's like 4 series that I have watched more than once. There are films, and again, not all of them good, that I have been able to like watch over and over again, and I can watch them in the same day.
Because it has a runtime. You know the runtime.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know when the emotional experience is dying.
Exactly.
I have one more question before we wrap up. You mentioned how these like spiral loops of watching movies and repeating them will kind of come upon you.
Yeah.
Can you describe that sensation when you like feel that tickling of like, oh, this is going to be the thing. Oh, this might really consume me for a moment.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I think it like, not to get too clinical about it, but I think there's a lot of feeling for me, like as a person who has been to therapy, a very common question for my therapist was like, where do you feel that in your body? And a lot of times I was like, my head. And she's like, uh-oh, anything below that? And I was like, no. And so,
Wow. So is it a mat, like a Band-Aid over something?
Well, I think it was like a good way for me to experience complex emotions growing up in a, like, again, in a timed format that was also like predictable. You knew when the person had a bad moment. And so it was one of the few times that I felt like I could feel a feeling in my stomach where like I felt like, okay, there's something that's hitting me in my like core human side, which is like, oh, this is like really connecting with my adventurous spirit, or like this is connecting with like my like young adult, like be carefree. Like You Got Mail is one that I have had before, where you're just like this version of yourself, which is like, I live a small life, but do I do it because I am scared or because that's the life that I want? Like that classic line from You Got Mail. So it was one of those times where I could tell it was coming on when it hit me in my belly, where I was like, okay.
And that goes back to the quote you were saying earlier about like, I have to drain it dry.
Yeah.
Like it does feel like a gut thing. You have to just like,
bring it
out. We're bringing this out until we get it all out of there, because there's something to be worked out.
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, an embarrassing one, just knowing all the things I know, was like, Garden State was one for me. I feel like it was one for a lot of people, but I had a like resurgence of it when I was like, again, like in the past 10 years, where I'm like, I hate that I need an angsty, like poor dialogued version. It's like, but it's hitting.
We also all need to, I think we all deserve to like mourn that time that we are like past it and it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like this is why I love movies so much and pop culture, and why I'll never in writing like put anywhere, if I didn't, that's why I don't like Letterboxd. I hate that app. I will never like maybe on the podcast a little bit I will, but I'll never like write down like, this movie sucks, I hate this.
Yeah.
Because every movie out there, I truly believe it means something different to everyone. And also, we know how hard it is to make a movie anyway.
To get a movie made.
It's a miracle to make. And like, if Garden State is your comfort blanket that is helping you get through each day in some way, then why would I ever shit on that? Have a record of it. Like, obviously, I'll, shit talk whatever to my friends, but I don't, there's something about like putting it in writing somewhere that I really hate. And I hate Letterboxd. I hate it.
Someone who like who's just looking for information on where to put their attention could read and then decide that, like, it's not worth it because of what you wrote.
Exactly. And that's why, although if they want to sponsor us, come on, Letterboxd.
Sponsor. Prove us wrong.
But I just hate the platform it gives to people to like shit their, and like, I get it. And then it's a slippery slope. People are going to be like, well, everyone has an opinion. But I'm just like, I don't know.
We don't need them all.
But actually, we don't. Not every opinion is a good one to share.
You don't need to have, everybody doesn't need to have an opinion on everything. Some of you have invalid opinions.
Not exactly qualified to give an opinion on every single thing.
And with movies, and this is specific to movies too. It's like movies. Like, it's so hard to make. Yeah. It's so hard to make a movie, as we all know.
It's like, it's a useless conversation to even have. To be like, which ones are bad? It's like, bad. What a stupid waste of breath. Exactly. Tell me what you like. Tell me, like, let's talk about that.
Exactly.
But useless otherwise.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I think the beauty of fandom and obsession, it's like, because you can become obsessed with the Magnificent Seven. And you know what? That provides a comfort for you, then that's special.
Whatever makes you feel something underneath your head.
Yeah.
Like
in your belly.
There's something
in your
to
belly.
It.
Exactly. Oh,
feel free to just watch Brooklyn up to the part where she goes back to Ireland.
Bye.
Every night before you go to bed.
She should have. Okay, we can't.
We'll talk about this after.
No, I love him. I love him.
Emery Cohen.
We'll do a deep dive. Okay. We'll have you back. Oh my God, MeLissa, this has been such a joy. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. If anybody has like a formal diagnosis for this personality disorder, I clearly have. Keep it to yourself.
And where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me most places. I'm at Darling Girl OH. That is my name because a lot of times that's what I called my friends, and so. But now that's just how you find me. So Instagram, most places. I don't know how to use TikTok because I'm old. But
you're on it because I realized I went to send you it. Exactly.
That's it.
Great. Really. Katherine, where can people find you?
At Katherine Bourne Taylor on all the things.
Yeah, you can find me at Nina_Concepción on Instagram and all the things. You can find us at obsessed_the show.
And we also have a live show in Atwater Village on the third.
You got it.
Third Monday of every month.
Yes, we do. It's so fun. If you want to be a part of the show or even nay the podcast, perhaps, fill out. We have a Google Doc in our Instagram bio. You can tell us all about your obsession. We love obsessions. So stay obsessed.
Stay obsessed.
We are obsessed.
Hello, this is Jack Wilson, the host of the History of Literature podcast. For the past 10 years, I've been talking to novelists, biographers, and scholars about the greatest books in the history of the world and the men and women who wrote them. Like our recent episodes on Dante in Love, a starter pack of 10 Indian classics, the pop culture that influenced Sylvia Plath, and a talk with scientist and novelist Alan Lightman about the wonders of nature. Join us at the History of Literature podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Find more great shows and see what's behind it all at backdrop.fm.